All right, this is the fractions to decimals homework. The first two are from yesterday when we talked about how to put decimals in word form. So we said we would read this whole number together. So we would say 59, and then we would say, well, what spot does it go out to? And in this case, tenths, hundredths, it goes out to the hundredth spot. So we would say 59 hundredths. Okay, so for this one, make sure you say 2 and 68 hundredths. So make sure you write that in words. All right, down on the bottom it says, what is 19 over 20 as a decimal? There was a lot of ways in class that we taught you on that. Hand. One of the first ways is that denominator a place value? And it's not. And could we relate it to money, like 1/4 or 3/4? But we can't. Could we make the denominator a place value? That we could do. We could multiply by 5 to get it to be 100. So we'd have to do the same to the top. And 19 times 5 would be 95. So that means this is 95 hundredths. Tenths, hundredths. We'd have to go out to the hundredths. Okay, so when you look at that next one, 13 25ths, that's pretty similar. It's not a place value, the 25ths. It's not necessarily money. But we could multiply by 4 on the top and bottom to make it out of 100. Okay, and I'm going to let you guys do that. So if you flip to the back, it says Kim tried to write 197 250ths as a decimal without using long division. She wrote 0.197, which is incorrect. What is the correct equivalent decimal? Well, one of the first things that we could do, since they don't want us to use long division, we have to say, is this a place value? It's not a place value. We can't really relate it to money, but we should be able to maybe divide by something to get it to be a place value. So I would take a look at the 250 and I would say, well, what are some numbers that might go into 250? So since it ends with a 0, I know 10 would go in, but 10's not going to go into 197. So I would say, well, what are some numbers that go into 25? And I would say 5. So I guess I would try 197 divided by 5. That's not going to work. I would try, let's see, 250 would also, we could use 197 divided by 25. That's not going to work. So then I would say, well, can we reduce by something? So I would try some different numbers. Can we reduce by 2? No. 197. Can I reduce by 3? 197 divided by 4. 197. We tried 5. Let's try 6. 197 divided by 7. 197 divided by 8. And I'm really not finding anything. So I know that it's going to end up being 0.788 because when I do that on my calculator, that's what I get. So we really don't want to do that long division, but I think that's what we're going to need to do is the 197 divided by 250. Now 250 is bigger than that, so I know I'm going to have to add the decimal. And it's going to be something smaller than 1. Well, we knew that it's going to go in about 7 times. So if I put a 7 up here, 250 times 7 is going to be 14, 15, 16. I'm going to get 17 250. So I'm going to subtract and I get 220. So then I'm going to bring another 0 down. I know that 7 it would be kind of too low to use. So now I'm going to try 250 times 8. And I'm going to get 2,000. So I'm going to say 2,000. And when I subtract, I get 200. I'm going to bring my 0 down again. 250 times 8 is 2,000. So when in doubt, you can subtract it out. This one's kind of hard to use some of those other methods. All right, let's take a look over here. This one says a package of chicken weighs 2/3 kilograms. What is the decimal equivalent of 2/3? So 2/3, we know that's not a place value. We're not going to really make that money. There's not much I can multiply 3 by to get it to be 10 or a place value of 100. So I can't reduce, so I'm going to divide that out. 2 divided by 3, it's going to go in 6 times. I'm going to get 18. But I can see what's going to keep happening is I'm going to keep getting 6. So remember, when it repeats, you're going to put that bar over top. Okay. So I'm going to let you guys do the second part. It said if the chicken costs $6.30 per kilogram, then what's the price of the package? Okay, so if the package is this as a decimal and it costs this much, you guys need to determine the operation to find the total cost. All right, let's go down to the bottom here. We're going to compare these two fractions. I know that 2/3 is really 0.6 repeating, but I'm not sure what 3/5 is. So I'm going to do 3 divided by 5, and that's actually equal to 0.6. So if this one's repeating, it's really 66666, and this is really 600. So if I compare those, I know that 6's are bigger than 0, so this one is going to be greater. The 2/3 is greater than 3/5. Okay, so that's what you're going to do when you come over here. I know that 1/2 is 0.5 as a decimal. You're going to need to change these into decimals too by either dividing or multiplying by something to get it out of 10 or out of 100. And then what we're going to need to do is put those in order from least to greatest. So the smallest one should go here, then you're going to have the middle, then you're going to have the biggest or the greatest fraction here. Okay?